We're just about good to go. Hello, everybody. My name's David. You can call me Zenheiser or you can call me Kieran. Whichever one, it all applies. Back. Told you guys I'd be back. I kind of put a little bit of a delay because I got real greedy and hyper roll, but it didn't work out. It truly did not work out. Anyway, we are back at the hideout. We need to go speak with Mid, who I guess when she was introduced, I didn't put two and two together that I believe that she was introduced as Sid's daughter. And like, I guess I just never paid attention to that. I think I focused more on the fact that her name was like, well, that she was nicknamed Mid. So, you know, that's on me. That is 100% on me. Anyway, I forgot how to get over to her, but I'm glad that I got that free chest. I wonder if there's going to be like a service over in like Mid's little area, like after this or what have you.
I think Mid might need some.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I don't remember how to get down to her. Is there, or get up? Okay, I was gonna say, or get up to her? Okay, there we go.
If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement
Oh my goodness.
stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Most Final Fantasies, you have a big old
Me and
ship
my dad
in the
designed
game.
it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh dear.
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts making. The stack will be made up of 3 major components.
Oh no, not the science lesson.
There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
All right, guess back to the NPC talking spree. But anywho, I was playing a lot of teamfight tactics instead of doing what I needed to do and eat. Even though I know by now that I can eat while playing teamfight tactics, which is the absolute worst part of like everything that I was working on during that time. I could have multitasked, but you know what? It is what it is. But I did not play as good. Like I played really well one match, and then the other 2 matches I just played very poorly. Made very poor decisions, and I paid, and now I'm back under like 4,000. Made me so sad.
Can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged.
Oh,
Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
All right, hand over the designs.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
Right.
Oh, please don't have to go walk over to Gavin Otto. Okay, thank God.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Do I have a choice?
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Oh, I get to pick. I feel like Gav's more for the outside
You're
world.
with me.
I don't know what Otto's necessarily capable of.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Alamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
And then I'm
All right.
clearing out the area.
I'll meet you by the river.
While you're
Fair
off
enough.
having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him try.
In your own
Honestly, I
time.
could take all three of them. And I'm not afraid to say it. Not afraid to do it either. So we know that we need help to head to the Velcroy, which is in the Almekian region. Oh, and thank goodness it's like right there. I was gonna be sad. Was like all the way over yonder, for example. But that's why I took care of all the side stuff ahead of time, because now all we have to do is the busy work that propels the story forward.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
Gav's either being fought by monsters, or struggling to get that wagon, or stuff that should be... Oh no, he's fine.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though.
I should really move the game to this
Dalamil,
monitor.
And they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get.
I'll work on that another
There's plenty
time.
of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Yeah, next time I'll work on that. Stardust. Are you able just to like walk in this area. Oh, also, almost totally forgot. Hold on. Good boy stream.
Fetch.
Good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay. I'm already tired of walking.
Come on.
Didn't realize I was like 2 seconds away.
Straight home now.
Oopsie.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
I'm glad he knew what it looked like. I for sure did not. Because I thought that the game would be a little bit more explicit, I suppose, with the spots that actually show off that's supposed to look like Stardust. Not sure where the last one is. Opium. Yep. I was about to say, I figured it was probably like an area that I didn't catch on my first. Okay, game. I was an area that I didn't catch on my first pass.
Now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Gav, are you good?
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough.
I hope.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
That's an odd question. Otto better not be backstabbing us. Otherwise, I'll have a problem.
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other.
That's how Sid was, right?
Off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Ooh.
Only because you keep sending me there.
And he keeps living to tell the tale, right?
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this
Didn't
lot
you
back
tell
to
me?
Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Okay, why does Gav
Right.
all cheeked up?
Ready to go home, boy?
Is that bad of me to say? It might be. But yeah, they leave you the room there in case you decide to go out and do like all the hunts and stuff. But since I suppose as up to date as I can get.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
Not, excuse me, as not as imperative.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You're beat sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
So I'm at 510 now. With extra money.
We'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
I'm curious about how that would have went if I went with auto. Now I gotta take this long, kind of almost winded path. Oh, whoops. I was trying to unplug my charger from my controller so that way I can use this just a wee bit more comfortably. More importantly, the cord moved this charger cord out the way. But do you guys ever run into those situations where like you'll be chilling and like a random cord just be touching your thigh, but your brain automatically defaults to be like, oh, it's a flying bug on my thigh? Because I do that stuff like all the time, and I swear I am just a big
You'll be
goober
pleased
for
to
it.
hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so
Don't fix what
happens
isn't
there's
broken?
One particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
Huh?
What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
Her name
What's
better
her
be
name?
what's her name?
Right.
It better be what's her name. Oh.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'm disappointed that her name isn't what's her name.
Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
As
I
always.
see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Right. So is this going to be in the Dhalmekian region again, or are we heading to... Oh no, we're heading to Sandbreck. I don't think I've been to the Fallen Ruins area in Sandbreck yet. I know I've been in the Rosaria one, and I've been in the Dhalmekian one.
I'll be taking you all to a store.
Oh wait, no, I have. Allegedly.
House in the bales. Leave anything you don't need.
Okay, so now we need to make our way to Lawbert's Pass.
You know what you have to do.
How do I get back over there? I feel like I look at the map to figure out where to go, like, every single time.
Ready? Leave at once.
Oh, they made... I totally forgot that they made a town, like, in the ruin. At least to some extent. Oh yeah, and I totally forgot. I actually switched around my setup this time, didn't I? You know, I think what I would rather do for cycling... I think I would rather that if I'm going to use Titan for a little bit. I do want to try to give as many of these icons as I can the love that they deserve.
Good girl.
Now that we're in Northern Valley, finally take out Ambrosia, and then we can jump and fly. I have way too much fun with it too, but oh my goodness, I honestly forgot that I have I don't know why the last stream like went totally over my head in terms of what I did on like a gameplay level.
Be safe.
Because I don't even remember getting my forward limit break bar all that much.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
All right, what's the big scary creature?
Anybody home?
Oh.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
All right, gonna walk away. Okay, that actually messed me up. Why can I not remember to... There.
Too slow.
Alright, I forgot I don't have the grapple thingy anymore. Okay, that unfortunately did not go as well as I had planned. Not sure how I felt about all that. But I will say using that skill to block is like fun to a degree.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
I'm glad that we're getting a lot more of, like, how do I explain that? A lot more of the community in the hideout involved, by the way. A lot of them are just kind of, I'm not going to say chilling. Everybody's actively doing their part to what they need to do. But in the same token, yeah, they were chilling. Like a villain named Krillin, I guess. I mean, Krillin was never a villain, but like if he was, then he chillin'. I'm so sorry, but only somewhat. Right, back to Mid. Why is she so far? Why didn't they? I wish that there were like, you know what they should do in a later update? They should add obelisks in here. Like if they can manage to if they can manage to have like obelisks in this town, like this would be significantly better.
If I don't come up with
All
something
right.
soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Scrolls is too late.
Right
I know
away.
that she's working, but she couldn't have. Couldn't have just walked over there herself. Gotta do all this. Not necessarily opposed, trying to develop a greater understanding. The usual. And you know what? I'm gonna pick up my reward too because I've been helping people.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this.
Take the 2 meteorites, and then will get a high cleric's medallion, which will let me heal harder with potions. Oh, you know. Oh god. Oh god, I kept walking the wrong way. I do appreciate that even though Jill's ready to go with us again, still resting, taking her stuff seriously. At least somewhat.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Okay, thermal shielding designs.
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It
Or
might
find
be
it, right?
applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer.
Thank
If
you.
you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you...
Maybe we can oh. You know what? Just who I thought I was gonna ask.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
I think Jill's probably gonna go with us next chapter, like when we actually head out.
Have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
I'm gonna take Tarya.
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic. Conch shells. Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Hey, the Northreach markets. For some reason my brain was thinking that I was heading back to Lost Wing, and I was like, no, not Lost Wing again.
No. Where's Tarya?
Here, probably.
Do you see anything you like? You've a keen eye.
I'm probably gonna put on that Raging
fine
Fist cooldown thing, because if I can actually, I don't know how I want to set up everything now that I'm saying everything. Think I'm content.
Day to you.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up
I
on
won't have
these.
you spoil.
There you are, Tarya.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Garlic and pepio nut. Thankfully, I have money.
Don't touch anything. If that's what you want.
Could you imagine if I didn't have nearly enough money for this? If I have to actually go fight some mobs or something to get enough money.
We haven't much, but you're free to look.
That should do it. Hopefully Tarya's finished too.
Come and get them before they're gone. Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the...
Well, did you find everything?
Easily.
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting.
But before...
But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
Yeah. I do want to hear what you have to say, girl. Don't you worry.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
This was cute. I appreciate like all of this.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
He was just sitting here like, all right, I'm done being sappy. Also reminds me of Charon a little bit. The entire time I didn't know I could zoom out. I don't want to talk about it.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Thanks to Sid.
Also, I do notice little open-ended nods like that where they mention Hippocrates, but obviously he didn't say Hippocrates and
How's
Jill.
work on the shielding
Just to save a
progressing,
line.
Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I would believe
Sure you
that.
have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
I'm glad that I chose Daria.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other.
Do you smear it on like butter?
A rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
I appreciate this nice little break. Now I wonder if this is gonna keep the tradition of what's it called? obviously right now we are kind of taking a much more chill approach to things.
I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
But then will it continue, I guess? Sorry, my brain was moving in like 9 different directions. What I was trying to say was, will the trend continue to where like Sunday will leave me on a cliffhanger that makes me want to stream on a day where I'm supposed to be taking like a more casual break? I'm glad that this half it also loops around, by the way. Makes things a heck of a lot easier.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I remember when I went up from reading picture books to regular books. I remember that.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Clive has his connections. What can he say?
I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Sometime later.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's 1 down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
He's like a friendly toxic, and I appreciate it.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Wonder how many times Mid's actually visited the grave. Well, looks like I don't get to see that just quite yet because we have side quests.
That the thing Tomes helped to build.
Which isn't a big deal, but it's something that I... Hopefully the pacing hasn't been like too bad. Yeah, I would say one of the missives actually... So cheers for helping Dragon Blackthorn out of the dumps the other day. Thing is, I reckon he's gone throw himself back in, judging by the drope's outlet. So I'm thinking maybe... Dabbing their pitchforks into his privates.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
You know that it took him a very long time to open up the first time. There's a whole bunch of side quests.
What's wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
Hey, and more? I do have one more.
Trouble with the ledgers.
So we got 3 quests right there. Then we got another privilege unlocking quest there. So if I were to do an adequate routing of this, I will talk to Charon, Blacksmith, then Weird Science, and then loop around to the Alliant Report. A lot of side quests this time around. Not necessarily a bad thing. Actually, wait. I'm curious.
You think something's wrong with Torgor?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them.
Okay. Thought it's gonna be something a little bit more serious than what I just saw. It is what it is. But man, side quests are definitely given side quests. All right, let's actually go over and talk to the blacksmith why he's depressed. Again.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something I've never seen before.
And that
Such
was
as?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
Nah.
I like the idea of a new weapon.
Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it,
would be...
we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
So we have the potential for like a new weapon.
Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
Okay, now we have to go back to Karen.
You're looking well, Karen.
What you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections.
Okay.
Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like.
I can
And
beat
he's
him
got
up.
more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
So we're probably gonna have to fight him. And then we can give the sword to I already forgot his name, but the blacksmith. And we can go from there. But goodness golly, I'll say they got me everywhere.
Wish I could take one of them.
So weird silence probably means that we're talking to either Helena or Mid.
Well,
Remind, we're talking to Owain.
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Of course.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
Bomb
I take
king.
it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, Fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte.
Oh, so I already fought this
On the
then.
other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Unless if it's a new entry that I just
And a good hunting, eh?
blanked out on. Part of me feels like I already fought it. Unless if it's a new hunt altogether and I... Oh, it might be a new hunt altogether. So there's... I'll say there's a lot to do.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up that workshop.
I don't know why I did that. That loop around. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, Otto, don't mind me. Gotta talk to Nectar over here. So for the sake of the quest, I need to find the Bomb King, which is in the Croc Sambrek.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Trying to write this down on some like notes.
A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
We have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark.
You know, I realized that this wasn't a permission, or a privilege granting site. So let's open up the world map and see what we are needed everywhere. let's look at Sandbreck real fast, and I need to head to Rock or whatever. Trying to think that I've never been to the spot yet, and that it would be like over in this region. So that's the fields. It's Vincer's Gates. Lost Wing wouldn't be in Lost Wing. Rent, the old road. Trying to think, yeah, I haven't been over to the spot that they're referring to yet. I have multiple quests over here in Martha's Rest. I'll start here. I can go and uncover that one spot that I've yet to explore to find the Bomb King.
There's talk that the glass gate flood.
Right, so first we need to go talk to Isabel, ain't it? And deliver what's been known as just a rock.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Probably gonna be like, oh, hello
Lady,
there.
I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
She'll know.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy.
You know,
And
this is
blamed
the most
himself for not
accidental
being able
side
to
quest
stop
like I
it.
decided to hear the fleshing
I
out
don't know
of.
how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done. But it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
Still weird that I
beginning to
decided to
see
listen
that.
to one random side quest and it kind of worked out in my favor. That, honestly, the side quest is fleshing out Otto in a way that I enjoy. We'll hear this one out. I'm like also so aggravated that I can't seem to find this one. I don't think it's in the North Reach area. I don't think it's over at Eastwatch, Dragon's Eyrie. Might be over by the Imperial Chase, like somewhere over here. We have like 2 small areas we can check. I think I'm gonna check over to that little section of Clairview that I have yet to see. I'm gonna check there first.
Keep them pilgers nice and chill.
Look at this place.
And then afterwards, I'll probably check another area. Come on, girl. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm kind of off base. And, it's not actually over here in this corner, but I have to see for my own eyes, because otherwise I will not be satisfied. There also might be something else over here that I just never bothered to, like, look into. Yeah, thinking about it, yeah, I've just never been over here. So this place is called Advent. And there are just a lot of raptors over here. You know what? Raging Fist is great. Probably one of my more favorite moves, but yeah, I don't think I like Titan's kit all that much, to be honest. I don't know if there's a synergy that I could like use to make things work better, but I don't think I care that badly, at least not right at this moment. So I grabbed what I wanted from Advent. Now, I think the way to do this is probably teleport to the Dragon's Eyrie and then work our way down. We want to go here. This place is super pretty, though.
Run like the wind.
Oh, that was a potion. Sweet. So if I took any damage, don't gotta worry about it no more.
This won't be easy.
Use me, Mr. Dragon Aegis. Use me, Mr. Raptor. Yeah, now we're in the Imperial Chase. Okay. So yeah, I've never actually just been down and over here. So that means the Bomb King's gonna be slightly off to our left. Yeah, there's like basically a battlefield over there and everything, but
I can walk from here.
Wait. Why is area being treated more like a town? Can I go into this house? No. There is a chest right here. Maybe we might have a reason to come back over here later. But let's go say hi to the Bomb King, who hopefully won't blow up and kill us. So bombs are like have mixed feelings about them in like Final Fantasy. They're just a lot. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Titan's abilities. What I would like to do probably is something that we could probably do later down the line is when I think I like the block, I just don't like the other stuff. So like hypothetically, maybe I could run like Thunderstorm, maybe, or like Rook's Gambit, or even Heat Wave. Just like run like counters and stuff with the block. I think with the way that I'm playing currently, Garuda's just going to be a better fit overall. Oh. All right, let's do this. Let's show the Bomb King how to do.
What we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
I did not mean to do that. All right, let's... Hey, you can't be just summoning guys. Hold on, that's a lot. That is a lot happening. No thank you. Oh my lord. Oh, this is the Bomb King that's near dead. But let's just back away from our problems.
Nice try.
There we go. Bomb King's down. Wasn't too bad of a fight. And we got a bomb ember for our trouble.
Your reign is over. No. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
I like that, you know, I thought that I thoroughly explored some of these areas before, but
that should do it.
In reality, I understand now that even now there are still little nooks and crannies to some of these regions that I haven't been to yet. I don't know, I find it really cool. So we're gonna head to Martha's Rest next. And we need to figure out what the heck we need to do over here. First objective is literally probably just in the inn. Oh, because I need to give Martha the Star Ruby. Because We owe quite literally everybody. And we're going to get more auto flushing out.
We weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Hand over the star ruby like a good friend.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither.
Oh, hey, yo!
And you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Goat will want to know the stones were delivered, if he's still with us.
All right, next step. Go on ahead and take care of these buggers over here. Which shouldn't be too hard because we are Clive mother flippin' Rossfeet. That felt out of character. I'll be real with y'all. That's okay.
Come on.
Sometimes you gotta look for these out of character moments. But I'm glad that I decided to do a double whammy today. I need to get back into like something a little bit more stable though. Oops, 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 poops, 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 poops. I'm good, I'm good. Walk past you, Mr. Minotaur. I thought he was gonna just smack me down while I was still on my chocobo. I was gonna be like, oh heck no.
If I were a giant antelope, it'd seem like just the place.
Let's say there's just a whole bunch of antelope here. Just take the buggers out.
You hungry, Torgal?
Oh! Okay. No, you get your ass over here.
Too slow.
I'm over it. I was over it. But this is why limit break is fantastic. And we can take all the bloody hides that we need.
Now,
so we're done here. All right, we have one more side quest to take care of. That's at the Dalmill Inn, which I think that person's not going to be happy with us. Not one bit. Because
people take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal.
oh wait, is he in the inn somewhere?
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life.
Dang. Really said, gonna ban me if that...
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's
I
events
hate that we have to keep excusing rich people for their actions sometimes.
He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went?
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dallimel is set to...
And that's where I'm headed.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very...
Farewell.
I kind of got over it. But, let's see. Bandit's bed. I think staying here would be faster. Still a bit of a long journey, though, nonetheless. You see, with the way that the game's designed, I think it's designed in a way where, like, I should be able to do the hunts and the side quests at relatively the same time. Because one thing that I have noticed was, with the way that they kind of have the game set up, now some of these side quests are actually leading me to some of the additional areas that they wanted me to be aware of. I don't know how Clive's surviving in this heat in that outfit, because I know that if it was me in the desert with this like triple degree looking weather, I would be struggling. Unless if the heat never bothered him anyway because he is the dominant of fire, then that would also make sense. Oh, you know. One thing might do tomorrow is that I might actually try out streaming this game in HDR. That way you guys see exactly what I see. Always defense is kind of intense. But I beat him. And we also got the level up. My bad.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
Nice.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Nice.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But
So
it is
their
the
sharpening
final
technique.
stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very
Ooh, what you giving me?
stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself.
Wait.
And a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield.
Oop.
And is a perennial thorn in my side.
Oh dear.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Oopsie oopsie.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
All right, I think that kind of wraps up like everything in the region that we take care of. I think we've done everything that we need to, so now we can actually just go back to the hideout and literally walk around turning in all of our quests. pretty simple, or should I say myself? So I'm gonna start off with payback because I'm actually very curious about how this quest is going to end.
It told me she was building a ship.
And also, you know, this quest is actually a little sad.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
And
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
I mean, see about that. So yeah, actually, I think this is the first time that I've ever had more than one side quest with one NPC. Karen has both. Which side quest is going to prioritize?
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed.
I see.
Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Period.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed
Oh, is that Jill's
by
maid?
guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Certain maid. Why can't I think of who she's referencing?
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Yikes.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
Otto, I'm on my knees. Well, I could be, but
I've seen that before.
that'd be a lot of effort.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take.
20
Back in the
years.
day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we sat up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat.
Oh.
Me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family? were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away.
Oh, that's so terrible.
Turn my back on him. Forget what I felt. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all.
So he left the Royal Army for Otto?
Ribbons.
Oh, that.
Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
This was the best accidental side quest I've ever had the privilege of listening to. Wait, and this is a full. Wait, this is a full ass scene.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown.
God, he's such a fine ass man.
And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me, just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
Oh.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off.
I'm tearing up. But though.
You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine.
I wanted to have thumbnail shots to use.
Thanks for the ray
It's
of
just-
sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
The one side quest I decided to listen to gave so much extra characterization, not only Otto, but also just him and Sid's relationship. And I accept now that I probably should not have been skipping like every single side quest. I understand that.
Mid told me
But
she was building a ship.
I know that if I had continued to watch every single side quest, I would probably go insane.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You know, maybe I'll listen. and you know, just going right in, I was like, oh yeah, this was the quest about Torgal and his snacks. And I'm maybe one day it'd be fun to just like go back and actually listen to all these side quests, get a little laugh here or there, figure stuff out. Maybe I don't know, this side quests are weird because like I know in the context of like some games, some of the side quests you're just like, oh, help me pick my roses in the garden. And then all of a sudden they hit you like this where it's like, oh, hey V. So, you know, you're picking like roses out in the garden and then all of a sudden like
Clive.
during that like moment, you're talking to them while you're picking out the roses and you're like, you know, back then me and your dad used to be really good friends and I know that both you and I miss him very dearly. And then also you're just like, huh? I'm just trying to pick up roses for you. Why are you bringing up childhood traumas?
Were you able to locate your...
But anywho, let's get the rest of these side quests turned in. I do want to see if I can squeeze in a tiny bit of story before the... Oh, that's cool. I get a little thing to use with Torgal for him to deal more damage, even though Torgal's damage kind of don't exist. But that's okay, because he's a good boy. All right.
Sorry for the wait.
This is
Hopefully you'll agree it was worth
privilege
it.
granting side quest, so
You
be
learned
sure to
something
listen.
about that sword then?
I did better than that.
All right, let's give him the whetstone. But V, I hope your day was going well.
Whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
Now that we have that, can I get a better sword? I kind of want a better sword.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I feel like that's
Think
not enough
so,
stone.
yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
Hey, yo.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, Sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be
Sorry,
here
I've
when
been
you're
feeling
long
like I'm
gone.
hearing like a random sound effect somewhere, and I can't tell if it's in the game or here.
Thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right? I will.
All right, let's see if you already have the materials. I want to see if I could get this new blade going, or if I'm gonna have to wait till the later game. Oh, Excalibur. Oh. All right.
What do you want?
Oh, and I can make it because I've like beaten everything.
No scratches, all right?
And we got Excalibur. Still have no idea where I find a white worm bone.
And?
Sword doesn't even look half bad. Look at that. Look at this bad boy. Okay. So one more quest to turn in, and then we can finally do the story. But once again, I do wish Clive had the ability to move any faster. Like, I would have loved it. There's just a quest that just gave me like quick boots, and then all of a sudden I'm just sprinting everywhere.
How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
There you go, my good sir.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
All right, so I wonder what benefit I'm gonna get for this quest, because I'm still like slightly confused.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
So what can you do here?
No need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
Oh, can I hold more potions now?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Okay, well, so I was wondering if I could find
to try, I suppose.
Okay, so we can hold more potions.
Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
Oh, wait, what kind of time phrasing is I'll only be a mo?
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Could you imagine if you have the bag and it's just like,
I think.
No.
Like just like stretching it out.
For supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling
This conversation is just rubbing me the wrong. It ain't sitting right with me. But it's done. I'm at 720 points now. And now our potion satchel, I'm guessing I can hold one more of each type of consumable. No, oh, 2 more regular potions, 1 more. Okay. All right, so I'm going to restock on potions with Charon real fast, and then after that, we'll finally talk to Otto and see where the hell we are supposed to be going. Because we're at a point now where we kind of dealt with all of our primary conflicts. So, I mean, we're just kind of on to something new because, yeah, we dealt with the Dalmatian situation. We've dealt with figuring out. Oh, wait. Charon's over here. Hold on.
Well, don't just stand there, go.
All right, let's buy some consumable. 2.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I really don't use like the rest of the other ones. Maybe the Lionheart tunic if I need an alternative source of healing, but now I have an emergency elixir for that.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Oh, and we got a new reward for... Oh, we get our high... Oh, I think because we've done everything that we could up to this point, we're going to get our High Cleric's Medallion. High Cleric's Medallion.
Come again. I may have
So
more for
that'll
you.
give me the ability to fully, like... to fully make use out of, the high potions. So that would be disgustingly strong. All right, let me move this back to reducing the cooldown of... Where is it at? Can I sort these? So I'm looking for the cooldown one for gout. I wonder... I really want to tie... I totally forgot that I also have those. You know, it's just very interesting. Okay. Anyway, Otto.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Oh, she doesn't... She doesn't want to see Grave.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
There's the...
Then I'm too late.
Homie, you didn't point.
You in a hurry at all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
My dear boy, my journey to Canver has been a resounding success. Friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of the strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the going-ons in the free cities, by which I learned of endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I, for one, believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite valiant, Though I, for one, believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Canvarian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted. And if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guildmasters are rapping at our door. Why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gab for a moon or two. Then he might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving uncle, Byron.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
I almost did a good job of reading.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Poor Mid. Oh, this is the I can't do anything. Oh, this place is called Sid's Legacy now? Oh, that hurts. That hurts a little bit.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. As slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you. Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
Karen being a bitter old lady merchant is...
Oh, thanks, Nan. Stop that! You break me bones, you great galoot.
I love them. I love them so much.
There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklab markets.
I realize I'm sitting up and now you guys can see my
Just
pants.
show them Goots' traders past and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the
no
length
more
of the
pants for you
Crystal
guys.
Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goot.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
No.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
You know... We're gonna travel here. I'm thinking... Good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay. I think that this would actually be a very appropriate time to go on ahead and stop for tonight, actually. I think that all those... unable to... Okay, fine. Fine, I'll play a little bit longer game.
Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And talk.
Oh, I know where I am now. Okay, I know where I am.
Will help too. Didn't you, boy?
Okay, now I can save. All right, for realsies this time. That's gonna be it for today. I might stream tomorrow. I might not stream tomorrow. All kind of depends on how. I have some plans, so we'll kind of see how that goes. Anyway, thank you guys all so very much for watching today. If you guys have not already, leave a like, maybe comment, but definitely subscribe so that way you guys can see the next time I go live, or if I decide to upload a video at any point. Anywho, I will see you guys all on the next one, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. I'll see you guys then.